All right, let's begin. Ready? Welcome, everybody. This is Alanna Kaivalya right here. That's me. I'm excited to be here with you, coming to you live as we do every Monday from within the Satisfied Success Business Academy. Normally, my partner Aaron is here with me. Today, he is unable to be here. We're wishing him the best, and he'll be here next week. But for today, I thought I would just go ahead and show up for you and offer a little bit of insights on some strategy to make sure that your online business is as successful and satisfying as possible. I've got a lot of ideas and things to say, and frankly, I've had some pretty powerful one-on-one discovery calls this week with women in this group who are talking to me about what's going on with them, their barriers to success, and some of the concepts that are preventing them from really leaning into the greatest possibilities of what is available to them in this world. Now, the thing that I always get really excited about is the fact that, when women create businesses, they don't do so to sell widgets. They're not just here for the bottom line. Women create businesses from their soul. They create businesses because they've got magic inside of them, some creativity, something that needs to be birthed into the world. And it's something really that only women can do. And so, one of the things that I've been working with women on in my one on one coaching with them is making sure that they preserve those gifts, that femininity, as they build their business. Because traditional models of building a business were not designed by feminine women. Traditional models of building a business were designed with masculine structures and men in mind. Now, that's totally cool. That works great for them, and it has worked great for them for a very long time. But it has really never worked for us. And I know that from personal experience. I built my first business back in 2015, absolutely under that more masculine model. And it was a wild ride, but it created a lot of overwhelm and burnout and also a lot of inauthenticity. It produced a lot of anxiety for me. And as I was chasing success and the bottom line, I realized that it was getting me away from the values that I held so dear and the creativity that allowed me to build the business in the first place. So when I realized that at the point of burnout, at the point at which I realized I wasn't living my authentic truth, I couldn't dip back into the creativity because I'd built this monstrous masculine machine. Um, I sold it. I had to get out. It was time to leave. So I exited that business and now I have built something new. In fact, I have built two new things, which is exciting. I wrote the book, The Way of the Satisfied Woman. And so I have thesatisfiedwoman.com, which directly works with and speaks to women on all levels around building more satisfied lives. And then I also have this business with Erin because I've known after 10 years of doing coaching with women and helping them build their businesses that one of the things that stops us the most are the tech and the systems and the overwhelm of trying to wade through that because it is overwhelming. Even if we are techie, even if we are systems oriented, that part of our brain is so different from that creative magic center of our brain that is what the business is designed to promote or sell anyway, right? So we're going to have to kind of walk back and forth between those two. And so I've found it's actually just better if we do it for you. So Erin and I do some bespoke, done for you, comprehensive start to finish business builds on our system. But we also provide this group, this Satisfied Success Business Academy, which is a way for you to start smaller with us. We provide what we call a business in the box, done for you, kind of or done it's templated done for you so that you can paint by numbers and fill in the blanks, and we've made it as easy as possible for you to just get up and running. You can build a membership for yourself in under an hour. You can monetize it, bring your people in. And then as a part of this group and this business in the box, we provide you with live Q&A every week, coaching and support. So we've got lots of different ways for you to participate with us, whether it's on a basic ground level with our business in a box or whether it's full on bespoke, done for you, custom, start to finish services. Because I know that when women are supported in this way, they're more likely to succeed. I know that when women are supported in this way, they're more likely to put their gifts out there and get to the finish line. I know that when women are not supported, that it's a game changer, showstopper. It stops them in their tracks. So my heart, my soul, my goal, my reason for doing this, for doing any of this, whether it's the satisfiedwoman.com and the membership and the community that exists there, or whether it's this satisfied success movement of helping women create sovereign businesses for themselves, it's to bring women forward into the possibility and potential that this time gives us. Right now, women have more power, more agency, more opportunity than they have ever had in the past. Even 10 years ago, when I was building my first business, I didn't have systems like this. I didn't have support like this. I didn't have other women showing me how to do it. And boy, I wish I had. So that's why I do the work. That's why I'm here to help, because women are ready to change the world. And I'm seeing this every week. And whether it's my one-on-one coaching calls or my discovery calls with people, whether it's this live broadcast with my Satisfied Success Business Academy group, whatever it is I'm doing, I'm seeing women waking up. I'm seeing them wake up and realizing that, this life wasn't built for me. This culture wasn't designed with me, a woman, in mind. And I now have the power to do something different. And so they're calling in their sovereignty. I had a woman very potently and powerfully this week name, I just wish I had my own patch of grass in this world that I could stand on. This is a busy mother. She's working her tail off. She's a fully committed partner to her spouse. She's got 4 kids running around, and she spends every day, all day, devoting herself to everything and everyone else. And I know that's not just her story. I know that's the story of many women. And we deserve our own sovereign space too. When we are sovereign in this way, when we can stand on our own patch of grass, when we have something that feeds us, that calls in the abundance, that allows us to call in the support we need, that allows us to share our creativity, our gifts, the ways in which we can transform and change and support others, that gives us purpose. That helps us to make meaning out of life. Because life has no meaning except that which we bring to it. So if this is you, if this rings any truth within you, if this names anything alive within you, if you have either signed up to be in the Satisfied Success Business Academy or have just stumbled upon this broadcast in whatever way, if you desire your own level of sovereignty, if you desire your own patch of grass, then this is the way forward. This is the way to do it. I also had a wonderful moment this week with a woman who she's a coaching client of mine. So we're actually doing some bespoke build for her. And her little daughter walked in at the end of the call, and she grabbed her daughter and she held her tight. And I looked at her daughter and I said, "Hey, did you know that your mom is a total boss lady badass?" I didn't say badass because it was a small child, but and the daughter she beamed. She looked up at her mom and I said, "Did you know that your mommy is building something really special in the world? Something that you can be proud of?" And she just looked at her mom and she beamed. For the little daughter to see her mom sovereign, making her mark, was probably one of the most powerful moments of my week. Because as women, we know that everything we do isn't just for us. None of this is selfish. Everything we end up doing is selfless. But we no longer need to be devalued for it, and we no longer need to give ourselves away. We no longer need to be ravaged, taken from. It's time to claim our worth. It's time to name our value. And it's time to have our own patch of grass in the world. So that when the daughters, our own or someone else's, look up to us and see what it is that we're doing, the mark that we're leaving a mark that doesn't affirm that women are less valuable, that we claim the full amount of every dollar that we earn. It's through movements like this that we create social change, one woman at a time, one sovereign business at a time. So if this is stirring something in you, if you've been sitting on this idea too long, stop. There's no time to waste. If you've wanted to make magic in the world, meaning in the world, if you've wanted something sovereign, let's do this. Let's figure this out. And let's do it in a way that preserves your femininity and doesn't send you into a spiral of collapse, incapacitation, self-doubt. I see that so often. And so much of that when women build online businesses, especially, is the tech. And it's not because we can't do it. Of course we can do it. I did it. I've seen many women do it. It's just because the tech, the systems themselves tend to take us out of what our zone of genius is. And so we're either doing the systems and running the tech, or we're making our magic and our mark in the world. And there is a way to do both. And it's through systems like we have provided for you, either where it's paid by numbers and it's minimal effort for you to just get things off the ground, or whether you have us do it completely from start to finish. There's a way to have support in the way that you need, in the way that you can say yes to right now. And I know that for many women, it's even difficult to say yes to that support. Our nervous systems as women are so regulated and wired to overgive, to overfunction, to overdo, to give ourselves away, to understand that we are only needed when we're doing that, that we'll be discarded if we stop just giving ourselves away. So we continue to give ourselves away, thinking it's the only way, the only valid way to belong. Well, I don't want to affirm that for any other woman. I certainly don't want to affirm that for the daughters that come after me. A woman's value is in her sovereignty. It's in her queendom. It's in her creativity. It's in her receptivity, her ability to call in support, call in abundance. A woman's value lies in her ability to shout from the rooftops, misbehave, be wild. Okay. So sometimes when I talk to women and I say, look, girl, I've got you, I see this nervous system collapse. I see them, and you might even be doing it now, this full-bodied, yes, Alanna, I hear you. I want sovereignty. I want receptivity. I want to receive. I don't want to go out and chase all the time. I don't want to overdo, overgive, overwhelm, overfunction. I'm so done. Yes, we are all so done. And when the support is presented, when I say, okay, here's how we can help. Here's what I can do for you. And I'm not saying this happens everywhere. As soon as help is offered to women, as soon as support is offered to women, that nervous system collapse happens and they go, oh, but wait, I don't deserve it. Ooh, I don't know if I can afford it. Gosh, they go back into that scarcity, that lack. And whether it's a lack of money or that lack of support or that lack of value, whatever it is, that's what we've been hardwired for. And so that's what we think we need to keep chasing. But nothing is going to get you out of that detrimental spin other than support and investing in support, standing in your sovereignty, doing something different. And I know it's scary. I know it's scary. I've been there. I have been there. I name it because I know it. I was a poor, broke yoga teacher living in New York City for a long time. I was behind on rent. I've filed for bankruptcy. I've made $1.70 stretch for 7 days by buying just the components I needed for a simple soup. Like, I've been there. I get it. I built my business by pulling myself up from my bootstraps and working 10 to 12 hours a day, married to a man who was unemployed for 17 months and who wouldn't even help me by walking the dog. I did that. And it cost me my health. I had an autoimmune disorder. It flared up. I lost my thyroid as a result. I don't want that for you. And I knew that I had something special. I knew that the magic I was making was meant to be delivered to the world. And I have always bet on myself. And so when I found the help, the support that I needed, when I spoke to the business coach who had the exact answers and support that was going to pull me out of that mess, and then she named, by the way, that will be $8,000 right now, I almost went into that collapse. I was 5 months behind on rent. I'd never made more than $3,000 in a month. Where was I going to get that? I borrowed it. I borrowed the money. And instead of paying my rent, which would be the collapse thing to do, which would be the survival thing to do, which on many levels might have been the smart thing to do, instead, I invested in the support, in my gifts, in my sovereignty. And 2 months later, my business was making $25,000 a month. And it continued to for years. It's what got me out of the cycle. It's what got me out of the spin. And I don't name that to showboat. I don't name that because I'm special or, I had anything different than what you can create for yourself. I didn't. Anybody can do this. I've seen people do it. I've done it. I help women do it. So as soon as you feel that collapse happen, that scarcity, that, oh, I can't. Oh, no, I shouldn't. You know, support is too expensive, whether it's costly, taking too much time, whatever it is. I've had women say no to support because they want to keep over giving to their family. Not because they couldn't afford it, but because if they suddenly pulled back and got sovereign and stood on their own 2 feet in their own patch of grass, their family would look around and go, wait, I have to pick up the socks by myself? And we've been trained to feel that that's how we're needed, that we overgive, that we overdo, that we oversupport, that we comfort others while we're in pain, that we excuse ourselves to make someone else's behavior okay, that we apologize for their transgressions. I mean, look, all of this is wrapped up. It's all wrapped up. It's all wrapped up in thousands of years of patriarchal culture and training in our DNA, in our nervous systems, that we are less valuable, that we have to work harder. I am giving you permission to stop. I'm giving you permission to stop. It's time to stop. The world needs what you have to offer, not what you have to give away. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. And if the only participation is simply listening and let this message digest, then I really honor you for that. I know your time is precious. But even more, I hope that it spurs you into action. I hope that it allows you to make a commitment to yourself to never give yourself away again, to find and invest in the support that you need in order to make your magic, your meaning, a reality in your life, not just for you, but for all the little sisters and daughters that come after you. So if there's any way in which I can be of service, please do let me know. You're more than welcome to book a discovery call with me. It's a free way for us to chat, for me to hear what you're carrying, and for me to hopefully give you some insight into how to lighten your load. Whether it's you join us for the Business in a Box, the Satisfied Success Business Academy group, where we have women talking, inspiring each other to get to the finish line, and we give you that templated baseline where you can create something yourself, or whether you go all in with support and have us help you create something bespoke from start to finish because you just deserve that and the ability to stay in your zone of genius. Whatever I can do, I'm here. I'm here because I believe with my whole heart, every woman deserves satisfaction in every area of her life. And it starts with us making sovereign choices. So let me know, what is your first or next sovereign choice? I can't wait to hear it. Chat with me inside of the Business Academy group. I'm alive and in there. Find me on thesatisfiedwoman.com or satisfiedsuccess.com. And I'll look forward to hearing everything that you want to share